What's going on, people? We are back again with another vid. You already know what it is. Make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe, leave a comment, share it also. Let's get this channel popping. Um, you know, I'm a Tottenham fan, so most of the videos are Tottenham orientated, as you can see. But I will be putting other videos about other topics and stuff also on this channel. Obviously, once this channel starts booming, then we can gauge and see if we should do a separate channel to that and keep this on Tottenham and put other stuff on another one. But for right now, as it stands, we're going to be doing the mixed bag. And the camera is shaking. Don't worry, it is not an earthquake. I'm on my bed at the moment because my living room, where I usually do my videos, is being preoccupied. So I'm now in the boudoir and I'm doing my video from here. So that's what all the shaking is, and I have my iPad on the pillow, hence why it's wiggling around. So yes, don't panic, don't call the don't call the emergency services. I'm fine, trust me. But as you'll see from the thumbnail, oh, and video dropping tomorrow, probably in the afternoon, not sure, maybe 3, between 4 and 5 possibly, for our preview against Brighton. We're home to Brighton on Saturday, 3 o'clock kickoff. So please, please, please make sure you look out for that. Turn the notification bell on so you can get notifications once they land. So today, we talk about VAR, and I hear a lot of people saying get rid, and I'm hearing a lot of people say it's not VAR that's the problem, it's the people that are officiating and the ones in charge of VAR. And I'm gonna agree with the people that say VAR it's not VAR that's the problem, it's the people using it. Now, people will say, oh, well, no, you can't say that because these are all professionals and they're all using it wrong and it's ruining the game of football, so we should just get rid. And listen, when you say that, I'm with you, 100%. 1,000,000%, because when you watch football and you score a goal, you don't know if you can celebrate or not. You're watching for the flag, you don't know if the linesman's missed it, so you got to wait like 10 minutes. And yeah, that part is ruining football for sure. But there's places where VAR is used and it works well. Rugby, they use VAR. Let's be clear. And in rugby, it's very clear. Everyone knows what's going on because it's communicated very well, and it doesn't usually take that long. It just happens to be in football where, well, not football, but definitely in the Premier League for sure, where it tends to drag a lot longer than it does anywhere else because it's so inconsistent. And I think that's the problem with VAR, especially in the UK. Because I see it in Germany and other places, not as bad. Sometimes it could take a while, but not as bad. Champions League, it could take an eternity as well. So I think the Champions League and the Premier League really have to, look at themselves and get it under control. Now, obviously, when there's no VAR, football is a lot better. It flows a lot nicer. If the linesman don't put his flag up and they're offside, it don't matter. The flag's not up, goal's given. So I get why people kind of want to go back to that. But if they're going to use VAR, because I don't think they're going to get rid. So you saying get rid of VAR is just pointless. They're not going to get rid. So I would say, instead of getting rid of VAR, just how about you have instead of having it change every week when you got this person, that referee, that official taking over, this one going over there. How about you just have a set amount of officials? Just obviously there's so many games going on the weekend, so you need to, of course, it's going to be hard to have. You can't just have like 3 or 4 people, but you have a dozen of people, right? And say, look, you are only here. Your only job is to do VAR, not referee, not do no fourth official. You just here strictly for VAR. Now, you will tell the referee, this is this, that is that. If you're not sure, you say, look, we've seen it, we're not sure. Do you want to go with your on-field decision, or you can come and check the VAR. But from where we are, it's not conclusive. If you say that, then the referee says, okay, you know what, it's not conclusive, so he sticks with his on-field decision, and we move. Or he says, okay, I'll go to the monitor and I'll watch it. It's got to be a lot more simpler than they're having it, because you can't have it where people saying, oh, well, we think this, but it's not unanimous because people's got this. So then this is when you get the problems where you see 1 week someone gets a red card, the next week it's a yellow card, because there's no consistency. Because it comes down to a thing where it is down to, rather than this is the law or this is that, a lot of it comes down to opinion. And when it comes down to opinion, it causes a lot of grey areas. You have to say, these are the rules, and we don't care about your opinion. The rules are the rules. If this is violating this rule, then you're going to give it as this. If that's violating that rule, then you're going to give it as that. There shouldn't be no grey area to say, well, you know what, we've seen it 10 times, and, you know, even though we know the rules, we're going to say, because our opinion is not the same then as that person, then, you know, no, we can't really give it. And of course, football's subjective. A lot of things are subjective. Football's a contact sport. Not all contacts are foul, which some people find astonishing. But I just think they need to come with a better solution and come to a unanimous decision to say, look, these are the rules. If we all can't agree, put it this way. If you go to court, please don't do anything silly and get yourself into court and have to be trialed in front of a jury. But I done jury service, and you has to be unanimous. If there's 10 people in the room and 9 say guilty and 1 says not guilty, then those people that said guilty, it don't even matter. It's not unanimous, so you have to go back to drawing board, and you go back and say, look, we have 9 people saying guilty, 1 person saying unanimous. They're gonna say, okay, you know what, adjourn, we're gonna hold it. We have to go back, get in there, and you're gonna have to agree to something. Either you agree unanimously that it's guilty, or there's gotta be some kind of, then if not, they will come to some agreement. Okay, you said this, so instead of giving that, we probably give this punishment instead, or whatever. But for the most part, everyone has to be in, for the most part, have to be all in, otherwise it doesn't count. Now, I said not guilty. I said to the not guilty, and you know, I think a few others said not guilty as well, and I think there was definitely more guilties. But you know, it is what it is. So if you're not unanimous, then it tends to not really go nowhere, and I think that's what needs to happen in VAR. These are the set rules. Tell the fans the rules, and that's it. Because I don't think fans are upset because of decisions. It's little stupid things like can't draw a straight line, or miscommunication, or just all kind of stupid things that should not be happening in the professional sport with professionals at the helm. I say professional, but I use that term loosely. So I think if fans knew the rules and the officials were consistent with said rules, then we don't have a problem with VAR. If it's offside 1 week, then it's offside next week. If it's a red card 1 week, then it needs to be red card the next week, and the week after, and the week after. It can't be red card this week. Let's say you play in the midweek, it's a red card. You play on weekend, now it's just a yellow card. You know what I mean? So it's either you can use common sense if you're a referee, because a lot of time people appeal it, and then it's usually, not all the time, but a lot of the times it's like the red card be rescinded. So sometimes you got to use your common sense. If the ball's bouncing and the foot's up because the ball's in the air, fine, they might catch the player late. Is it a red card? Probably not, because it's not intentionally going to hurt the player, it's going for the ball. It's in a genuine attempt to go for the ball. You know what I mean? So again, if you say the rules, and these are the rules, but, you know, and then this where it gets tricky. Then you got to say common sense. So it's either you're going to allow them to use their common sense, or you're going to allow them to go by the rules. So you say, if the ball's on the floor and your foot goes over the ball, comes in over the ball, red card. If you're the ball's on the floor and you kind of touch the top of the ball, but the balls are round, so guess what? It's going to roll. So you go on top of the ball and it kind of rolls and you land on someone's leg or whatever the case, and there's no intent. You actually try to play the ball, just that your ball rolled over. Not a red card. Yellow card at best. You know what I mean? But their thing is you're endangering an opponent, so it's a red card straight away. So again, you gotta have some, say, you know what? Go back. His foot rolls over the ball. It didn't go straight over and down. It kind of rolled because the ball moved, and that's what made it look worse than it is. And you need to stop watching the fouls in slow motion, because when you see the foul in slow-mo, it always looks worse than it does in real time. If you see it in real time, then you can probably see and get a better depiction and say, okay, look, he's rolled over the ball rather than gunning over the ball, his foot's too high or whatever. You know what I mean? So the small little changes they need to make in VAR that will probably make it run a lot smoother than it does. And obviously, you need to communicate inside the stadium. You're telling me you can't connect these people to speakers or something so we can actually hear the dialogue? We should be able to hear what's going on as fans. Fair enough, some have the stadium, so you got the screen and it will say checking possible foul or possible handball or possible offside. That's cool, but we need it to take it needs to be a lot quicker than 5 minutes. Unless you're gonna get to the right, if you get to the right solution, fine. Like if you give a red card, and it's the right call after the ref gave a yellow, then fine. But if it's the wrong call and you take like 3-4 minutes, then yeah, it's not acceptable. You know what I mean? So, or a handball. Like some handballs they give in the Premier League, you go in the Champions League, it's not a handball. You know what I mean? So that's what I'm saying. I know it's different federations. So obviously the Premier League, you got the FA, and the Champions League, you got UEFA. So it's different organizations at the real, but that's where it gets confusing, especially when you're in the Premier League team and you're in the Champions League. What's not given in the league is now given in this, and it's just bullshit, really. You know what I mean? So I don't know, but I don't think they should get rid of VAR. Obviously, it's been there a while. It's not it's not it's the inaugural thing now. It's been here for a while. It's not like it just started. It's not new. It's not the inception of VAR in the Premier League. So I do think that they should be a little bit more aware and using it a little bit better, and shouldn't be having these same issues, these teething problems that we're still having after how many years we've had VAR in this league. It's been a few years now, so I think they need to get it under control. You know what I mean? Other than that, I don't have an issue with VAR. I just think if used the right way, then VAR can be a good tool to have. Like we have goal line technology. I think I think VAR can be useful, and they need to have cameras on the side on the line somewhere so you can see the balls in or out, because trying to use VAR, it's not working. They need to find some other technology to use for that. But that's another story. Listen, make sure you hit that like button, leave a comment, and yeah, that's it. Listen, let me tell you something, a little side note before I get off here. When I do, after a Tottenham match and you see match review, it is not highlights. It is a review of the game through my eyes. It is not a review or a highlight of the match. Because if you read the description, it will probably tell you that it's not what you think it is. So if you go into that thinking that, then that's on you. I'm not being held accountable for your lack of reading and and understanding words and translating them and depicting what they mean and understanding them. It's not called match highlights, it's called match review. That's it. If I'm going to put match reaction, you lot will probably still think, if I put match reaction, you might even still think it's a highlight. So I don't know. I'm still putting match review. I'm not going to change it because you lot don't read properly or understand. Sorry. That's all. You lot be safe. And until the next vid, which will be down in tomorrow, I'm out of here. Peace.